I'm Matt Ball, I'm 35 years old and I'm an ophthalmologist. An ophthalmologist is someone that deals with diseases of the eye and does the surgery on the eyes, as opposed to an optometrist that mainly prescribes glasses. So I work at Sydney Eye Hospital, which is part of the old Sydney Hospital. I'm very interested in ophthalmic plastic surgery that involves doing work on the orbit of the eye. If it's a surgical day, then we would see the patients before we take them up to theatre. We have to mark them and just make sure that they're relaxed and haven't got any burning issues about the surgery and understand what we're going to do. It's all about teaching, really. The consultant will either teach me or I'll teach my junior registrar, and we often have students and fellows from overseas that are training as well. So theatre's quite a nice environment. Ophthalmology is interesting because it's split up now into multiple subspecialties. In a corneal clinic, we'll just purely look at the front of someone's eye and work out the corneal problems. And that's a great area because there's lots of new technology going on there. We can replace just parts of the cornea instead of the whole cornea. When we're operating on the eyeball itself, we were operating on the tissues around the eye, so we don't need the microscope so much for that. But if you're doing intraocular work, that means inside the eye, then you need the microscope. So our most common operation that we do is cataract surgery. So a cataract is when the lens, which is inside the eye, becomes opaque. Do quite a lot of teaching. That's another really enjoyable aspect. Ophthalmology doesn't tend to get a lot of exposure in medical school, so when you do get some students and show them some things, they really love it. I have a Master's of International Public Health, which I did at Sydney Uni, and that was great fun just to do on its own. Well, I'm one of those people that never really had their career path fully mapped out, to be honest. My father was a dentist and I actually started a year of commerce before I switched to medicine. When I left medical school, I didn't really know what I wanted to become. I was interested in ophthalmology because I'd sat in with an ophthalmologist in my final year of medicine and thought all the equipment looked like pretty good fun. But everyone said, oh, ophthalmology is too difficult to get into, and it seems very intimidating from the other side, but I think if you just believe that you can get there, then everyone that seems to do that gets in. And I think you have to be really good with people. And I think you have to work hard because medicine is actually more about putting in the hard work than necessarily being brilliant. And some of the most brilliant people I know are not necessarily the best doctors. I think they've projected that the number of people with cataracts will double by the year 2020, simply with our shift in the ageing population. So there's going to be a massive demand. There already is. We deal with optics and lasers. In the future, that's only going to be more exciting, the ways that we can do things. I think one of the main things, if you're thinking of doing ophthalmology, is that you should check whether you can use both eyes at the same time and have 3D vision, because without that, it's very difficult to gauge depth down the microscope. When you are operating, it's quite interactive because you're looking down a microscope, you've got a foot controlling the microscope, you have the other foot controlling a machine that can take the cataract out, and you're using both hands. So it's like driving a car. If you're used to driving a manual car, then you're halfway there. Probably one of the best things about ophthalmology really is the opportunities for travel and working in developing countries, and also working in developed countries is fantastic. I've been working with Professor Bilson for this year. He's been a professor here for the last 30 years. He's an amazing man. I do clinics with him, and he's not only taught me a lot about ophthalmology, but a lot about how to manage patients. He's got a lot of wisdom. I love the operating. The results that we get are just fantastic. I mean, some people come in and they can't see, and the next day they can see. And they're pretty excited about that, and it's a bit hard to keep your smile off your face when that happens. It's an inspiring job.